Hello, hello. Welcome, one and all. Welcome to my stream. I am Paladin Ashe, here to stream for you again. And today I return with more Enshrouded, because I kind of just wanted to play more Enshrouded. Honestly, I should just change my schedule to be a matter of time and not a matter of when I'll play what at what time. So I just can do it on a whim. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. I'm going to get into it. Yeah. This is one. This is one. I've been playing off stream in my original main file, and I am hoping that I haven't like bungled certain things with that, because it is an older file from like several patches ago. This one's new, and therefore the world is as it should be. Thankfully, a lot of the updates go through fairly seamlessly, but like, for instance, I had to abandon a altar in the other file because the altar was causing like the world to demorph in an odd way. Okay. All right. Animal farming. Bro, what are you trying to do? You're trying to send me to the Kindle wastes right now? I haven't even gotten up to here. Seriously. I should store some shit. Store that. Wait, no. I should make charcoal. Okay, well, those are acceptable rings. I should collect copper. Chamomile. Already found copper. Not a big note, I'm sure, but I haven't eaten yet. I figured that would happen. What did I had a thought to do something in this game by night. Believe that was it. Got me some fireflies.
Oi! Yes? There's still blood to be spilled.
Hey, Jonka. Not a whole lot. What about you? How you doing? Bought some kits, Campfire, Perfect Strike Freedom, Delta Gundam, and 00 Quantum Gundam. Nice! And here I am still needing to finish off my, my talkies. Alas, my hobby table for that sort of stuff is kind of covered in shit right now. specifically a bunch of a bunch of, I forget the word for, bundles of yarn, but not balls of yarn, because they're not balls, they're ovals, let's say, oblongs, cylinders. It was for a project that didn't materialize because it stressed me out. Yeah, I have like a secondary desk. It used to be my computer desk until I was like, this is too small for my needs. And I proceeded to, get an L-shaped desk that's now my computer desk. But the end result is that I have a spare desk that I sometimes do hobby stuff on. I also have an entire dining room table dedicated to quite literally 2, almost 3 sewing machines by this point. And before you ask, why ever would you need 3? One is what's called a serger, which is a serger or an overclocker. And what those do is that they do that special like thread encasement that you'll find on the interior of your t-shirts. Anytime there's a seam with like a lot of like threads around it, kind of like in like a cage, that's a serger. A serger does both that and encases the seam and cuts the seam as it's about to thread it. The machine also doubles as an overlock machine, which is a whole like similar thing, stands cutting a fabric. But I also have a third machine that was given to me by my mom that does embroidery. I haven't set that one up yet. As it stands, I've got so many bloody sewing projects on the go. I've got one that I just had a class, the intro class for this past week. I have another in 2 weeks on, I think, Friday for a different thing. It's all bag making. And I gotta cut out my fabric for that. Down, down, down by the river. Ranger girl, where are you? No, I don't need the bard. now this might end up being easier to do that fucking boss that I was, going up against on my alt file. I have an alt file for like, progressing beyond like, stuff on stream. It's my original, map. And I had the most bullshit boss fight with an aerial like dragon that would like go around like blasting fire onto the field. And the only way to really do damage to him was to knock him out of the air and then like do a burn phase on him. But the only way to knock him out of the air was to either hit him with stun arrows or alternatively, if you don't have that, parrying one attack he has back at him twice. And he would then fall roughly where you were standing, which meant he would also do damage to you and punt you about. Which, did I mention that this is on a arena that is a donut shape? Like a ring donut with like shroud tar lava in the middle and exterior. So you have to like avoid, you have to essentially like glide back to freedom and do this quick enough to take advantage of that burn phase. It is such ass. Oh, fuck. That's another fucking scrape along my body that's gonna like have a weird fucking scab. And I need to plug in my headset because it's only just now telling me I have a low battery. Fuck. Okay, there we go. I hate that. I like the flexibility of this headset, but I do not like how often I have to like plug it in. Which is to say, not that often, but it's still annoying. Now, where was I?
Hello.
See, lump of clay, tar. Okay.
Huh? Huh?
That's the decoration table. Did I ever put down a saw table? Oh, they're right over there. Yay. I forgot. I should check Anton's okay. Fuck you. Mm-hmm. Do. Come on. Let's find some copper. Show me those hideous hackney lumps. Ah! Eat that, bitch. I'm not dealing with you. I'm moving on. If you're just gonna keep fucking spawning, I'm just gonna leave. Ugh. Yes, I was mocking his breathing. Dude breathes like an asthmatic. Whoa! Blinded by the light, make off like a douche in the middle of the night. I can't believe he looked the other way when I was fucking behind his back. Nothing personnel, kid. I should just go full assassin. Though, maybe not. Having ranged as my option is fucking skookum. come on. Oh, come on. Am I really gonna fucking die to that? Ugh. Some bitch poisoning me. That's what killed me. Yay. And my food is all over the place. Getting back up there is a pain. Am I being cheap? Don't care. That's right. Eat shit. See, let's get rid of some of the shit in my inventory. Can always get more of those. Can always get more of those. Can literally get that anywhere. What is even one-handed axes? Okay. I always seem to get drip for specs that are just not what I'm doing. This would actually be a solid town to reclaim. But it's way in the ass end of fucking nowheres. Wicked Quay! What was the point of that quest? Go here, gets this actual garbage. Don't need these. Yeah, I kind of knew that though it's there. It's like a whole annoying quest that takes you all over the place and it's unmarked. It's marked entirely through journal entries. And I was just like, I ain't doing that. I need stones. Not rubble, stones. Because I'm gonna put down some altars here. Because you know what? That might well be a genuinely fun project to do on stream. Oh yeah, of course. Delete you. I don't want Revelwood stone. I want stone. Oh, wow. Watch as I engage in that bit from the previous Enshrouded stream where I'm like, I can't find it. Glenwood and altar. Why did I let him hit me a bunch of times? Because I was trying to parry him and be cool, but I suck at parrying. Where did they place it? I wish I could see. Enemies nearby. Yeah, okay. It's rats. Man, I can see nothing thanks to this rain and this weather. Let's find some beds if there are any. How convenient. Ugh. Yeah, this is a decent, startup place. So the reason I can't place it here is because there are enemies nearby, which means there are probably rats in one of these buildings. I will take it. I wonder if there are mods for this game. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Enemies still nearby. It's not in here. I've been through here a bunch of times. Is it in here? It is not. Which means the enemies are somewheres in the structure. Or on the other side of it. Oh, it's absolutely somewheres here, but where? Bruh. got everything here. Okay, it's not there. It's not in here. Is it in here? No, that is literally in there. Oh, there's a downstairs. Excuse me. His Excellency, the benevolent King Gormander of Meldor, demands justice for the murder of Royal Inquisitor Lachlan. The delivery of his severed head to the King's court was an act of aggression that is punishable by death. May the King's retribution be a swift lesson that the laws of Meldor and all of Embervale still prevail. This is a perfect lab. How far out did that go? Okay, about there. That mostly contains everything here. Man, this is actually a kind of better location than fucking Port Calvin. Port Calvin's nice. It's very central and it's got a salt mine. So I'll probably like keep that as my main base of operation, but I'll definitely option this as an upgrade. How many altars I got left to keep active at any given time? I believe I have 1 back at the base, 3 in Fort Kelvin, 4, 5. So I could probably put down another without issue. Let's put down... Oh. Lamau. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah. Let it be known that even I struggle with math from time to time. Hey, yay! We're just pacing out another location to turn into a would-be hub base.
Oh.
Why are you all gathered like that? Going pretty well. Better than it was with Fort Calvin. Fort Calvin I will retain as my possible main hub base. You know, Glenwood's End just seemed cozy. But Fort Calvin's got a sewers, and you know how it is. Waste removal is one of the cornerstones of human civilization. Plus, it's kind of a neat feature when like they introduce like the ability to do water features in this game. Oh yeah, pretty shit to be in the sewers, but like it's a great drainage feature when you do water features in this game. Like I did one in my my off-stream file just to experiment, and wound up creating like a little waterfall that I contained to a space and then put like flowers around it and was like, yes. So few open world games allow you to fuck with water. Like Minecraft and this game come to mind, and that's it. Okay, right. And I'm making a copper pickaxe. The usual necessary upgrades. Yeah, I know shit's happening at Pike Mead, but I'm getting my bling on. I don't want to go into Pike Mead fucking and get my ass completely ate right off. Smooth off, one might say, just because I was too preemptive. Right.
Welcome.
Plus, getting up to there is kind of a pain in the jolly well ass. Yeah, I can't go that way for a while yet. In fact, a very long while. How long of a while before I can go that way? Yeah, I can't even go that way in my main file. And my main file's got like a far higher altar. Let's go around chunking fucking, evil trees. Grind teeth altar. Grotto. Okay. I need to eat food. So how you doing on your end, EA? The beginnings of summer find you well? I know it's not technically summer until the solstice, but that's too long to wait to call it that season when the season is warm and sunny, and we're warm and sunny ahead of that. That's fair. It was a little bit rainier, like a few days ago. I'm kind of glad we didn't get the weird fucking June showers that we've been kind of getting in recent years. May, June. Used to be that the rhyme would go, April showers brings May flowers, but it hasn't really been that way for years. How people have taken to referring to it as January sometimes. Indigo plants. Bagussi. Ow. Fuck you. Okay, that's dealt with. Passage to Blackmire. All right, yeah, okay. I forgot that there was one on the other side of the Blackmire one. These are worth getting because they generate skill points for the initial kill, and only that. Don't make the same mistake I did when I was initially learning this and go after them again afterwards, because they do respawn. Of course, I wouldn't really call that a mistake, more just like testing the waters. Gotta be a little bit curious with video games. Video games. Taking me back to when that was like briefly the one thing to criticize about people on Reddit. Their tendency to be like, oh, it's like video game. Which, to be fair, I do as well, because, well, I play a lot of video games. I really need to unlock the food production. Unfortunately, I have to go to Pikemead for that. Mining clay, mining clay, mining clay. Okay, enough of that. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. No, actually, I don't want to have to deal with that right now. That's broken. Yeah, I will wait for the sun to set. Da 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 da. might be it. Hey, Alec. Was waiting on the sun to set so it would immediately expedite into the next day. Okay. Able to do this. What are you in the middle? All right, you're a flame shrine. Do I got the space in my inventory? Yeah, okay, I've got the space. I got the space. You got the space. But he didn't get the spacer D. Okay, so please don't be annoying to get up to. It's already annoying enough to go through the shroud. Okay. And this is a big enough cavern that I can't see the red of the tree just yet. There it is. Ugh. Oh wow, that's a ow. What the fuck was this? A rock? I have no idea what you're referring to at this point. The glowy rock that I just carved my way through? Oh, the large thing? It's basically a mother critter. Or if you're talking about the big eyeball things, those are just shroud enemies that have special like essences on them. I don't know their name, but the essences are for slotting and upgrading gems. Yeah, it's basically just a queen critter. You don't see many of those. I think they drop a special, like a unique to them resource, but it's not really used for much, I don't think. Giant critter scales. Primarily used for crafting armor. Dropped by fell critter queens, initially found in Revelwood. Ow! What the fuck? Ow. Okay. I can just teleport out of here, so I think I will do that. But yeah, those eyeballs and the essences are, I want to say, the cornerstone of the value of these shroud layers. I kind of hate going to shroud layers because they're a maze. You're basically walking around in a winding cave with no clear, like, you know, markings of an exit or entrance. And everything is misty, so your perceptions are, like, very limited anyways. It is not fun to go through, especially because you're all, by all rights, operating on a time limit. Every time you are in the shroud, you have a time limit, and it is an insufferable thing to deal with.
Ugh. Hi.
Hello.
Nehrus. Saribot probably got that clanker. appreciate that for the purposes of doing basic like stuff like what I'm doing right now. You can burn just about any wood from any area. Like, on the one hand, I appreciate like the variety that alternate tree types bring into the game, but on the other hand, it's annoying how certain developers will forget that it's still wood at the end of the day and then force you to grind out like basic wood to do a thing when you could have fucking done that with like, you know, the wood in an area that you're in. To be fair, in 7 days, you're just trying to stay alive. I imagine there's like there's a lot of like intent upon staying alive stylishly, but like, you know, in the case of say like Minecraft, you're basically expected to stay alive in perpetuity.
Woohoo!
I did not need you woohooing in my ear like that, lady.
Uh-huh. Oh.
You know, I don't actually know. I don't think they do, because it isn't really a burn length sort of thing. You're essentially putting in the wood like, you know, in ratios of a pattern. Let's see. Yeah, for instance, if I were to make charcoal, wood logs don't make any less charcoal than hardwood logs. Which is slightly unrealistic because certain woods burn differently than others. Like, there is a value to, like, the different woods in terms of, like, more than just aesthetic. Yeah, it's a matter of, like, in the case of coal, you need it for, like, running the forge. But, like, I don't think you use, you know, coal in the case of making, like, kilned, like, clay bricks. Ever have one of those like moments of self-realization about something really minor? Like, I was just thinking of like those like top 10 traumatizing things people like, you know, from the millennial generation always harken back to, like, this was a thing that traumatized me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I often don't resonate with like, you know, the ones they often claim. But then I was like thinking of, okay, what did traumatize me or filled me with existential dread at a young age? And then I was reminded of like that. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the novel The Witches by the author Roald Dahl. I can't remember what ethnicity he is or where he was born, but he wrote a novel, among others, called The Witches, about you know, a boy and his grandmother who run a stray of, well, witches who are every bit as evil as you would expect them to be. But because it's like a kid's book, it's like, yeah, it's been made into a few movies. Like there was a movie in the 90s, and then there was one most recently with Anne Hathaway. It's The Grand High Witch. And it was about as goofy as I would expect it to be. So I can't really critique it there. I haven't seen it. But I remember that bit where the grandmother is telling him how she had a friend when she was a little girl, you know, like no older than him, who ran astray of a witch and seemingly disappeared. And when they went knocking, trying to like find her, because, you know, they were like, obviously it's this crazy old bitch. They go into the house and the woman's left, but she has left behind a portrait with the little girl in it, who would just shift about the, the canvas seemingly at random until one day, this, at a ripe old age, she just disappeared from the canvas. And I'm just like, that's actually objectively horrifying, to be made part of a painting and to live out your life in like this one small area as portrayed in the painting, and then to just die alone.
Welcome.
Kettle. Right, I can't make the kettle yet. I have to go to Pike Mead for the kettle. Might be wise for me to go to Pike Mead at this point, I suppose. But yeah, that's one of those existential horror things that I experienced. I will say, I also, based off of what I've heard about the newer adaptation, I like the ending better for the old adaptation. Because basically, so like, the kid's basically like, oh no, I'm gonna outlive my grandmother, she's really old. Then it gets turned into a mouse in the novel, and it's implied that, yeah, he's living his life as a rat, and it's implied in the novel, and, mouse. And it's implied in the novel that, you know, he's just not going to live many years, but it's okay because he'll get to, you know, live out the rest of his days with his grandmother, who will probably die around the same time. And I'm like, Okay, but I'd rather live on. Meanwhile, in the 90s adaptation, you know, one of the witches is actually a decent person and goes around like freeing the boys from being mice. Okay, let's see. See if we can't get roughly into the vicinity of Pikemead. Pikemead's kind of unpleasant because it's a largish town completely embroiled in the shroud. Oh, for the love of. I'm about to lose a chunk of my stamina. Yeah, I dislike the wet the wet status effect. Okay, there's... Don't give me that. That wasn't that far of a fall. Where... Oh, who doesn't love two at a time? Oh, oh. These motherfuckers got teeth. Oh, oh, come on. Oh. Oh, come on. I don't need this. Oh. Man. That Banshee was such a bitch. Really ought to take a look at where I am on the build, sheet and put in my points. Let's see, skills. I think I'm up to graceful stride. Yeah, graceful stride. Gain 1 point for every 2 levels of flame. And from there, I want to go multi-shot trigger. But I don't have enough points for that just yet. How close am I to a level? Not far. Is there Trejero? Oh my god. Oh my god. That's a lot of guys. Oh, come on. That was some horse shit. Like, wildly so. I am just a little mad. figure on the road. Mysterious wanderer sightings. You know what? I'm going back down there. I'm going back down there because that was some horseshit and they deserve to perish. Okay. I've had my revenge. But yeah, I need to unlock better food because my stamina drops off mad hardcore when I get wet. Oh yes, better food. One of the points of getting the cook pot is that you can lead on to eventually making the cook station, which makes food that has an hour-long lasting time once imbibed and increases your stats significantly. I'm not sure if they all just kind of flat increase your stamina by virtue of having consumed them, or if you need to specifically consume stamina food. But you're way less, let's say, flaccid once you've consumed food. Where's the door? I definitely need a torch on this dude. I'll have slipped away undercover. I can never be the daughter you wanted, father. Obedient and dull, silent and dull. No apologies left to give. I'm born for greater things, for people to call out to me, for glamour and gold, for adventure. I want to be more than Aaron the farmhand. I want to be remembered. Formerly yours, Aaron. I can't remember what the names of my followers are, but it would not surprise me if the bard is that guy's daughter. Phone, not now, not now. How dare you? It's that thing I just looted right now. It's one of the things that they put into this game at some point that are called night crops. And night crops are basically like what they say on the on the tin. You know, they're a crop that is accessible at night, and they occupy a different slot once brewed into things. Because this game operates by the Valheim logic, where like a resource will occupy a food slot based off of what kind of food it is. So it pays to basically cultivate a knowledge of foods that benefit you in certain ways and fulfill a different slot. In this case, mushroom, tea, meat, and vegetable, and berry are slots that can be filled. And night crops. Yeah. Okay, we're at Pikemead. This used to be the capital of Embervale. As you can see, it's seen better days. The entire, well, not the entire area, but there's a lot of areas in it that are shrouded. It's not a happy place to be if you're unprepared. And unfortunately, it's also kind of an asinine distance from any spire. And to top things off, a world boss is in this area. So, like, there are the bosses in the Elixir Wells, but they're kind of more like glorified mooks past the first one. They're not really hard, and they don't really have a strategy, you know, other than, like, avoid getting hit. But around Pikemead is when they start showing off actual, like, world bosses, and in this case it's a baby worm dragon, and I need its head for the next upgrade to my flame, so unfortunately I have to deal with it. It's not even the hardest dragon in this game, which I fought the hardest dragon last night and was mauling angrily into chat because the methods of which that you fight it are kind of bullshit. Basically, whereas the dragon you fight in this area is located inside of a contained environment and cannot fly, the dragon that you face up in the Albanese, plateaus, yeah, it flies. It flies a lot. In fact, a mechanic for actually doing damage to it is stunning it out of the air. There are two ways you can stun it: stun arrows and parrying its one attack that it does not do often back at it, which is easier said than done because, one, I suck at parrying. Two, even if you parry the attack, you have to aim it to actually hit him. And to add insult to injury, once you do actually knock him out of the air, he will promptly fall roughly on top of you. Yeah. But yeah, he will promptly fall roughly right on top of you and do damage to you if you do not quickly bolt, and possibly punt you off of the arena. The arena is a donut shape with that kind of, that stuff down there, that lava looking stuff, that is actually tar. If you get stuck in it, you're basically as good as dead. You can escape, but you're basically as good as dead because it immediately starts sapping your shroud resistance. You can go from 20 minutes to nothing in just like 15 seconds of standing in that stuff. And this arena requires you to basically like do your gliding around to avoid dying. And this thing will occasionally just gust you out of the arena. And this dragon will also, most of the time, blast fire around that hits you with a burn that stays for fucking ages and does actually do reasonable damage. I probably should have had healing potions on me. I did not. But the thing is, I couldn't really go back because it was inconveniently at the very highest point in the Albanese steps. And getting up there again was not something I cared to do. So I fucking wiped on this fucker so many times. I even nerfed his health just to like make his like burn phases at what few I could achieve actually like worthwhile. You know, I nerfed his health by just lowering the difficulty on my world. I know what I'm about, and I did not care to be involved in that nonsense any longer. It's also not helped by the fact that the Albanese steps have a frost effect on them. So like the longer you're there, the longer the more you like run out of time. It's like being in the shroud, but it's based off of being cold. And being near fire doesn't necessarily restore that shit. It was kind of, I couldn't quite get a grasp of what was doing it. Well, one of my deaths was quite literally the thing got me via attrition because I ran out of fucking time. you know, suffice to say, I was big mad and not happy. I eventually got it down. Oh, and to add like further insult to injury, so this game, remember, this game is still early access. There are bugs to be had. It's a good game, but there are bugs. One of these bugs was this thing would just kind of disengage from me and restore all of its health as if I had died. It did this several times to me. So yeah, when I finally got it down, I was like, fuck yes. And then I went to the depot, open server. Yeah, so there are dedicated servers, of which one of the servers that is open to the general public is the depot server. And that's exactly what it sounds like on the surface of it. It is a server where the maintainers have specifically gone out of their way to stockpile resources for players. And you're allowed to just go in and take them. I went in and found a box that was like, here are all the resources you need to upgrade your torch at this level. Take all. And I proceeded to do just that. I was not putting up with shit any longer. The invaders have taken the square, must be marching to the harbor, encroaching on the gate. No doubt. I'm blessed to have made it to my hidden attic on time. Can't see from here, but I hear them. Their lord, the guard of the north, is chanting something dark and tainted. Frozen and dead. I can't see. Lean out a little further. Oh, well, they fucking died. It sort of is. It was one of those mooks that I referenced. The guards of the shroud trees. Oh yeah. No, that's not really a boss. It's just like an emplacement that once killed the first time generates a skill point. So it's beneficial to go out of your way to kill them. Plus they kind of like thin the shroud in their area once killed. Hmm. Skimmer's Cove crumbles and roars. King Gormander's Imperial Guard suspects an impending collapse. Refrain from visiting the cove or venture forth at your own risk. Da, ba, ba, ba. Rises from the depths. They've returned. I've seen the wisps from Do Not Fret. The wisps are our reptilian brothers. War will end the craze. Okay. Failed in holy light. Nothing is sacred. 3 arrows inside Casper's rib, and Marcus's spine is surely splintered. We carried him to safety and corruption raining down on us. It happened as we were surveying the aftermath of Morgoth's crusade. We knew of the destruction, but not of the decay that followed. The rot had left no survivors, nor bodies to bury. Nightfall came swiftly. Without warning, the fell sprang from the mist and sundered us from Commander Cyrus. We were forced to seek shelter here. But despite our negligence, we are blessed beyond all. While veiled in the holy light of the flame, the fell won't come near, or perhaps our refuge is the result of Emily's blessing. I pray their southern caravan route is less perilous than ours. I must set down the pen, Casper cries. He needs soothing. Oof. Delete you. Pick you up. How dare you? Got 6 points now. Invest multi-shot trigger. Now trigger is from the multi-shot skill. We'll subtract from your ammunition. Okay. Multi-shot trigger and dexterity ricochets. I hate you. The broke through Rimguard soldiers have arrived. They've ravaged it all, torn our brittle walls. This radiates the energy of Hyrule Castle in Breath of the Wild, in retrospect. Ow, my neck hurts. Ouch. I don't know how to reach you, Ramon. You've disappeared from the face of the earth, but you know where to find me, at least. So I'm leaving you this. The statue of our former ruler, Queen Pikemead, will be tossed unceremoniously into the sea and sink to the bottom of the ocean when the clock strikes 12. I can't stop this madness, but I saved a piece. The harbor workers did too. King Gormander won't listen to my request. He wants her likeness erased from his new gardens. Please burn this letter after reading it. Glory to the Queen. Salvage. 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 Hey, excuse me. Fuck you. Okay, fine.
Hmm.
Da, 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 da. Hmm. Here we are. That's for a quest I completed tangentially because I already knew where it was leading. Spoilers, it takes you to Glenwood's End, and in a tower there, in a secret room, there's a soul you can retrieve to have as a villager. Because, you know, who doesn't need, like, dark Kabbalists in your fantasy survival group? Though, I guess it couldn't really hurt so long as they're reasonably sane. What do I get in there? Yeah, so that's the boss arena room. Ah, there it is. Why, how convenient. I don't think there's any actual, like, minions in this area. So if I were to drop down into there, I'd get immediately attacked by the dragon. Well, not immediately, but I'm gonna, like, dither here for a moment while my health restores from that. Ow! Oh. Okay. I was deeply underestimating myself. I probably have the room for the royal set. Yeah, I got the room. There is a specially royal set in here somewheres. It is a cosmetic set. It's gaudy as hell, but it's worth it. How do I get to it again? I think it's through here. Ah, yes, there are stairs here. There it is. Is there more to be had? So much shit on me. Might want to hold on to that. What is expendable? Honestly, the torn cloth. Yeah, I need to unlock further inventory space. Wonder if it's possible to reclaim this area. Shit. So I didn't know that was a save spot there. Let it be known I have not gone over this this area with a fine-tooth comb, so even now I have the limits of my knowledge. esteemed investigator Lacan. Oh, hello there. What are you? I believe that's a piece of the... Huh? How to fuck myself? I don't need this hand drum. Get it out of my inventory. I've got way too much shit in my inventory. Might be a good time to hit back up at base. Because I've got way too much shit. And it's starting to get into... Oh, well, I didn't really need it. I ended up, like, one-shotting the boss anyways.
Oi!
Ah, yes.
Keep it.
A strange letter. Flameborn, some time ago, a curious thing happened. I received a note. Take a look. From Reagan, courtesy of the Conways. I've never met a Reagan, but I know the Conways, couriers from the East. Must have traveled through the trade outpost Blazing Rock to deliver the message. Can you investigate? Man, this game's crazy sometimes. Like, who delivered the note? What are you talking about? Trade post Blazing Rock. Show on the map. Okay. Wait. Oh, that's actually within spitting distance of Port Calvin. So in other words, it's a distance.
Oh, hey. Oh, here we go.
Hey, it's the ancients. You got my kettle. How withdrawal? Oh, their time ran out as mine stood still. So we really are the last. Oh, cold. Let's light a fire in their honor. I literally have the ability to bring people back from the dead. Why didn't I just bring them? Why am I getting these desperate layabouts as souls to put into my home? I need stone. And of course I need stone. First step to cooking decent food. Man, I look poncy as fuck. A little better. I kind of look like a wealthy merchant. Yeah. I don't have any other storage other than here. I'm sorry, game. $13.13. That's better. Gotta get masonry tools. Wanna hear a joke? Carpenter without masonry tools. That's it. That's the joke. I'm a farce, a poser. I need proper tools, but the blacksmith won't lend me his. Go figure. I know where to get some masonry tools, though. Does the research site at Pillars of Creation ring a bell? Huh? No, but it's on my map now. Well, you're making food. Aha! I need copper bars. Of course I need copper bars. Yo, did you make any while I was... Oh, you... No, I did not. I want that cook station before I end stream today. I can't... I'm sure I don't have the ingredients to make a whole lot of stuff right this moment. But I want that cook station. That's clay. I need copper. That's yet more clay. But that's a smidge of copper. And that's more than a smidge of copper. Okay. Chippity choppity. Ran out of stamina. Could be worse. Could be raining. Okay, that should be more than enough copper to work with. Dye station. Amber from I don't know where. That's gonna be my thing for next stream, is getting my shit upgraded. I have got the corrupted tusks. The goo is not hard to make. And I'm sure, hey you. I'm sure I've got more than enough, okay, see, that's the goo right there.
Oh.
Hey.
Wood logs. That's what I'll need. Other than that, where the fuck did you go, farmer girl? There you are. And thus, did I have the ability to craft, and I can now make a tea that lasts 35 minutes. And a vegetable puree that lasts 35 minutes as well. Now, I want to say there's a talent that increases the longevity of these. Because on my other character, I am essentially sauced up for an hour once I've eaten food. And this would be ideal at this juncture. But anyways, one sec. Because I'm about to raid on, let's go with Gray Vertigo and whatnot, because I need to hit the can real bad, and it's about time for the end of stream. Raid Gray Vertigo. So anyways, thank you for tuning in. To those of you who are new and still listening, my name is Paladin Ashe. I stream most days out of the week, and I appreciate a follow, but at this point, and you know, into the future forever, I will never demand a sub. You know, but if you give me one, that's appreciated. Helps the channel grow and all that jazz. But yeah, that is all. See you later. I hope you enjoy Gray Vertigo. Ciao.